I did 2 years worth. It was because it was so it was always like the winner would do all of the prelim rounds the following year. So I did all of those the next year, and then the following year, for whatever reason, whoever won right after me couldn't do, it was away or whatever. So they're like, "Do you just want to do this year too?" And I was like, "Sure, I'll take the money." And it was just it's exhausting. And back in the day, they would do remember they would do Monday nights at 8 and 10. So it would be 100 degrees out. It'd be the middle of June, and it would be midnight on a Monday. And I'm doing time while they're tabulating votes. And the thing you have to remember is they're not necessarily comedy crowds. Yeah, they're there to support their friends. So they're not oh, let's go out and see comedy. They're let's go out and see Craig do his thing. And then so it's I realized real quickly, it's all right, well, they're not here for me. And so you have to get that out of your ego that you're just trying to fill the time and keep them happy and babysit them. But it gets long when you're just it's the end of the night, they're exhausted. I've worked all day and then did 2 shows for people who are not interested in seeing me. When I was doing those shows, it's I was getting tight because you're trying to do your best material, and then you go off. It helped my crowd work because it was all right, I'm not a crowd work guy, but sometimes you just have to do that, so that was definitely helpful. And just to do those shows, so many in a row, you're gonna get tight, which was a huge benefit. And you get paid for it, which is nice.
In Cincinnati, we did something called Brouhaha every year, which is a comedy beer festival. So it's a beer comedy festival. So you're outside, and the only people that can really hear you are the first 3 rows, and then everyone else just kind of hears someone speaking. So you get very used to being ignored, essentially. And so this was very easy compared to that ego-wise, because and of course people are getting up during your sets because they're not here for you. It couldn't be more clear that you're there to keep them entertained while they drink the beers they actually are interested in. Because the comedy is free, the beer isn't. So same thing, when I came to these shows, I know that you don't care about. You don't care. I am the obstacle to you hearing the information you want. Exactly. And so I need to be as pleasant an obstacle as I can be. Yeah. So that's what I didn't worry about. I'm not gonna say I didn't worry about how the sets went, but I was very cognizant of these people are not here for you. They don't even maybe stand-up. They're here to support a friend. So I just tried to bring out the empathy in them. Hey, we're here to support everyone's dreams. This is very fun. Let's be calm, let's laugh, let's have a good time. And normally that worked. Not always, but normally.
Yeah.
One time it took them over an hour to count the votes.
Wait, what?
They staffed for a small turnout, and it ended up being nearly sold out. And so basically one person was counting all of the votes, and it took over an hour.
You do 10 minutes up front. It took them a little longer to I basically did 12 minutes up front and then 20 minutes into the thing. I wasn't prepared. I was prepared to do 20 minutes. Yeah. And then these people did not want to be there anymore. They absolutely hated me. They hated me during the good 12 minutes up front. Oh, no. Yeah. And then they were all right, now we have more of you and we don't like it. And so I bombed for a total of 74 minutes in one night. And I don't think I've ever felt bad after doing comedy again. I think at some point, 20 minutes into bombing, I started to feel bad. And then 40 minutes into bombing, I got used to it. And then by 67 minutes of bombing, I was I am immortal. Nothing can ever hurt me again. So I think that's the best thing that came out of those shows for me was, eternal life.
I love that.
It's when you're supposed to feel warm when you're freezing to death. You're all right, here it is.
I did the competition my second year of stand-up. So that was probably around either 2018 or 2019, one of those years. And I was disqualified the very first round.
You went over your time?
I went over my time. Yeah. I think I went to, it was the traditional 4 minutes, I believe. Yeah. But I think I went to 6.
Did you see the light?
No.
Okay.
I didn't.
That's the thing.
I did not see the light. I had no awareness of my time around those days. Yeah. It took me a minute to get to making sure I get my ass off the stage.
I lost in the second round 4 years in a row before I won.
Damn, you kept doing it.
Yeah, but it was the last time I was doing it, like, regardless. The first time I did it, I had not started doing comedy yet. I literally saw a clip online of the person who won, and I was like, I can do that. It's no one here. It's fine. It's not. I made it to the second round that first time. I've been on stage like 3 times, and I legitimately didn't know that I could just tell the same jokes in the second round. So I was like, oh no, what do I do? How do I write 6 minutes of jokes in 2 weeks?
Did you do that? Did you do a brand new set?
No, somebody was like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Oh, okay.
I thought you were going to do a brand new set each round, and then somebody told me this time, like, no, you could just keep building on your same set. I was like, oh shit, I was stressed for no reason.
Yeah, I was stressed so much for no reason. I used one of those jokes the year I won. So not only did I not have to write new jokes for the next set, I didn't have to write jokes for the next 5 years. It was fine.
Yeah. I did it, I mean, every year. Like, everybody did it every year. So I did it 6 or 7 years. And I came in third, I think 4 times. I got so close. Like, you could taste it every time, and it was just so annoying. I was like, no. Like, I'd rather just get knocked out than I would always make it to the very end, come in third place, and win a Red Bull mirror. You know, like a stack of those. The old manager, Jeff, gave me. I won a fire pit the one year, like a backyard fire pit. I lived in a studio apartment.
And he's like, I'll take it. I could use it. I was like, yeah, what am I going to do with a fire pit? Did you still, guys, like, just, that's all you thought about? Like,
It was just in the zeitgeist of Philly comics. Like, that's all we talked about. And it also got stretched out over the summer. It used to be like 2 or 3 weeks. Like, it was just every night there was like 2 shows and bang, bang, bang. So that's all, like, the world stopped. It was like the All-Star break, and that's all you did. The year that I won, I just, honestly, I just didn't care at all. I just stopped caring. I'm done. This is stupid. And, talking about your time, I did, you were supposed to do 6 minutes, but you had to do at least 4:30. And that I would always try to pack in as many jokes as possible. Because, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. And then racing, I was like, I just did 5 minutes and was just like, I don't care. I'm just doing the minimal amount. And like, I was able to breathe and just have fun with those 5 minutes. And
5 minutes on your fire pit.
Exactly.
So I moved to Philly December 21, and then I won 22. So I had never done the competition before. So I don't know. I'm not trying to be.
Any negative feelings about it?
Yeah. I'd only done it once, but I've done plenty of competitions and lost. Okay, I am very aware of doing them, and but I was fortunate enough to do one and done. But I will say, when I first started, time was an issue for me. But on the other, I didn't understand the idea of like a warning light.
Okay.
So I would say the first 7 months of comedy, maybe a whole year, the second I saw a light, I would just stop talking.
It's like Pavlov's dog.
Legitimately, like, I'd be like, swing away. The other day and that's my time, thank you. And I'd just leave, and they kept telling me, Spark, like, finish the joke. Like, and I was like, no, they gave me the light.
Well, never have I ever invited a coworker to the contest.
Well, for sure.
Wait, do we drink if we've never done it, or we drink if we have?
if you have.
Like I said, I had moved to Philly like 4 or 5 months before the contest started. So like the only people I knew in the city were my coworkers who were 22 to 26-year-old young whites, and they came out. I mean, like, would I have made it through the first round without them? Who knows? So shout out to the coworkers.
And the young whites.
And shout out to young whites.
That is a young white woman.
That's right.
Yeah. Never have I competed over 5 times. Oh, damn. I am sober today. How many times?
7, I think. 6 or 7, yeah. Yeah, so it was 7 times a charm. You know that. We all know that, yeah. I remember them calling my name. They called my name, like, I was just like, I wasn't happy. I was just like relieved. I was like, all right, well, this is done now. I can, let me just get, yeah, exactly, yeah.
Did you do it so many times because the title meant something to you? Or
it really meant
Right.
so much to everybody. Like, I remember, like,
It's funny.
everybody did it. Like, nobody like didn't not do it. So it's like you had to, I don't want to say you had to do it, but it was like everybody did every year. And it was kind of like sort of like the ticket, almost like the ticket out of town. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
it's like, all right, I won this, got Philadelphia, now I can move on to other things. And I know, so I think that was like, even like mentally, I think for a lot of people was like, all right, I conquered this, now I can move on. Like I got my first writing job. I moved on like after like the year after that too. It just so happened to be that, but it was like, yeah. So it was.
Yeah.
Some great context came out of it though, so I recommend
That's good. Yep.
every comedian do it. There were some great people at the finals as the judges, as far as the judges. So.
Well, and they record it and one of the best pieces of advice I ever got was like anytime you do a showcase like this or a contest, they're like, get a good tape out of it. Like if you can get a good 6-minute tape out of it, that's a win. And like there wasn't that many when I won. Like I wasn't doing 6-minute sets. I was doing half-hour, 45-minute sets. So it's like you don't get the chance to do short sets. So it gave us the opportunity to really have like a honed 6-minute set that we could then record. So like if you got a good set out of it, like that was a win in and of itself.
It is really hard to get a good tape after you win that it's fired first.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Never have I ever gone over the light.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
You never went over late all 7 years, Chip? The fuck?
I could get off like on, they would show me the numbers, like I would get off at 6 minutes or like whatever the cutoff was. Like not that there was any prize for that at all. There was nothing, but like, I would rush at the end. So I'd be like speeding through, and that's why I didn't win, because I would try to pack so many jokes in, and then I'd be like
6 o'clock, and I leave.
Yeah.
Never have I ever claimed the contest was fixed.
So if I have.
No, this is winner's
Yeah.
table, so
yeah.
we knew what was going on.
I did once put up an Instagram post after I made it to the semifinals the year that I won, being something like makes it to the semifinals and demands a recount as like my promo to try to get people to come out. But I did not legitimately ever think the competition was fixed.
Okay.
Yeah, humans have bias, and there are comics that are closer with the staff of this club, that are closer with and the people are going to give energy to, that are going to clap more and laugh more. So if that's what you mean by fixed, then yes, the competition is fixed, but that's human behavior. I don't know how to explain to you that people that like people want them to succeed. So
Likability, maybe?
Yeah, that and just general relationships. Like if you aren't at this club spending time with the people that work here and that come here often, and then expect suddenly for them to care about the outcome for you, I don't understand that mental leap. But no, I don't think that someone's in the back ripping up votes, if that's what you mean. That could be happening. I've never seen it, but I don't think so.
I would love to see like some mob level fixers in here where they're like breaking somebody's arm or something like that. Like this thing, you know what I mean? Like so a little Pulp Fiction action. That would be amazing to see at Helium.
Never have I ever hooked up with someone I met at a show.
Yeah, these are some good stories.
I'm now 7 years married to one of those people that I met at a show. So yeah, here at Helium. Yep.
Wow, look at
Yeah, it worked out.
That's the best story.
Yeah.
Best story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also married. I did not meet her at a club. I met her online, like the respectable woman she is. She's great. But yeah, when I was single, people, I feel like it's natural that people see that and are attracted to it in some way. Not everyone, of course, but someone. So
I'm dating someone I met at a show, but he claims he doesn't remember any of my jokes and wasn't really listening. Yeah, he said that years later, so. I was like,
okay.
Oh, thanks.
So we got 2 from the show. Look at this.
Years ago, they did. I think they did a couple nights. It was right before I met my wife here, actually. But they did a couple speed dating nights here. Do you remember the speed dating? Oh, wow. And so it was like an off night, and there wasn't even a show, but they would just do speed dating. And there was a lot more women that signed up than guys. Of course. So they called and were like, the managers called. Were like, hey, can some of the comedians? Can you guys come? Like they called some of us single guys. Can you come? And we're like, hell no. We're not doing this. And they're like, please. And they're like, we'll give you free food. And we're like, no. And they're like, you can drink for free. And we're like, we're there.
And so we just didn't care because like we were single, but we were just like this. And we got so wasted.
It was me, I think it was me, Pat, David James, Pete Kemple, and we got so drunk. And we're just like yelling at each other from like across the tables.
On the dates?
On the dates. And we were just so drunk. And like, but the women like loved us because we just didn't, I don't think we were registered that we were trying to romantically do anything. And like we all got like dates out, like they all like chose us because it was like the first time it was ever desirable. It felt pretty good. I didn't even realize it because I was so drunk. But like we were just obnoxious and wasted and somehow it worked.
Funny over attractive anytime. Not no shade.
No, that's
I'm a chunky girl and I reel them in. I'm telling you, something about that personality,
right,
I tell you.
I feel like I would never again go out with someone I met at a show because I went out with a guy that I met at a show who then just slowly, it turned into him like networking to try to figure out how to start doing comedy.
Yeah. I've heard of this.
Stand those.
that's rough.
Yeah, those guys are annoying.
I've heard that story multiple times from female comics. That seems to be a pretty common.
That's why I don't date comedians,
Well, this is a surprise comedian.
He started normal.
Yeah, it's like you're saying I don't date werewolves. But you don't know until there's a problem.
That's so true. You'll date one, then I can do it. Date you with that.
Yeah.
You can't. No.
Despite the fact that's literally how I entered this contest, was seeing someone else and being like, I can do that. I don't like when men do it.
That's fair.
I once went on a date with someone and we were talking about shows in Delaware, and she was like, I was talking about the show I did, and she was like, oh, I was at that show. And I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. She's like, I don't remember you. And then she went to like list, it was like an all-woman show in Delaware, and she just went on to list all of these other people that she remembered. We dated for like 3 months. She was nice. Like
A twist. That's a solid little twist. I love it.
Weirdest or best perk you got from winning?
I have a very weird one. So the day of the show, my heart rate went up to 140 before I even left the house. My heart rate is 72 all the time. It doubled. And I have no idea why. After the show, but before they announced the winners, Mary Ransinski found me like hiding up in the little bar area at the top and just being like, I never have to do this again, right? And she's like, sweetie, you never have to do this again. And so I ended up making like a bunch of doctor's appointments afterwards. So I got like a month later, I had like a complete clean bill of health. So if it weren't for the competition, I would not have had like a cardiac stress test. So I think that was a weird perk of winning the contest is, my insurance premiums will stay low.
Who would re-enter the contest if they were allowed to?
Shane Gillis.
He has been hanging out around here a lot. He just might.
I mean, I probably would, especially if they up the price.
I think the guys around me were so traumatized that we would not be able to do it again. Like we would just be, we'd be frozen.
Went to the trenches with this shit.
Yeah.
No. If they up the prize and they let us back in, I would, for sure.
Yeah.
It would need to be more, but
I think 5K is good.
if y'all put it up to 5K,
I'll sign up now.
I'll sign up right now, dude. I'll start practicing.
Mary promised me I never had to do this again.
How's your heart? Is that right?
Good so far.
All right.
Who had the hardest win?
Mathematically speaking, I had a pretty easy win because there were only 6 people in my finals. So I found out like you had 10.
I want to say, I think I had 10, yeah.
So I definitely think it's somebody who had to compete against 150 other people that night.
Yeah.
It's probably a little harder.
I could be wrong about this. I think the one year Tommy Pope won, he won, and I think John McKeever came in second, and Doogie Horner came in third. I could be wrong about that, but that's like 3 like guys who are still doing it. It's like power hitters right there. So that was a big year.
Who do you think is the most emotionally stable past winner?
Kent Haynes, probably. Yeah, Kent Haynes, who quit comedy, doesn't do it, moved to Alabama, and he is way happier than any of us. I think.
Excuse me, clearly the most emotionally stable past winner.
It's me.
It's Cassandra D. And then Cassandra. Cassandra D.
Best dress.
Doogie Horner could wear a suit back in the day. That man could wear the hell out of a suit.
Kyle Reagan during I believe he made it to semis. He had Hawaiian shirts and he showed his ass. This had not the whole, but the cheek on stage. I really wanted him to pass through. I did. I really like Kyle. You know, he showed bare white ass right on that stage. He's a funny dude, and I like his shirts. He has a big belly and he wears Hawaiian shirts. Hey, Kyle.
Did Comfy Cozy enter this year? Does anyone?
I don't know.
That's a person?
Yeah, he's a dude who shows up in a bathrobe.
Oh.
And he did not advance. He did not win, but I think he should win best dress anyway. Certainly look comfortable.
There was somebody named, this is not best dress or anything, but when you said that name, there's somebody named Cornflakes. There was somebody named Cornflakes. I don't know if it is an actual person, but they signed up like for 5 years and never showed up.
Like ever showed, and like we would show up on the night that Cornflakes was doing his prelim just to see if somebody would show up, just to
Was
see
he
who it
real?
was. I don't know. I don't.
I did that for no criminal background.
Oh, that's a fun one. No criminal background.
Yeah, I think that was her name. I think there was actually two parts. I think it was like the first name was like no criminal background, and the second part was like no convictions or
Sure.
something.
Okay. Yeah.
They did not show up 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Hilarious. So they paid $25 though too.
Yeah, they're stowed away. I don't remember his name, unfortunately. I wish I did, but he was a black dude. He looks kind of like Kendrick Perkins, and he does like a preacher kind of thing, if anyone knows what I'm talking about.
Fat House.
Yeah. It was actually Shingos. No, but whoever that dude is, I'm pretty sure he either wore a hot pink or a hot yellow suit on the stage. Very Southern Baptist, very like Louisiana, Alabama. Well, maybe not Florida. Anyway, whoever that dude is, best dressed.
Who would win the winners competition?
I can't make it that night. I can't. I have a thing I can't do. I'm going to say these three people right here. That's what I'm saying.
That's good because we all wanted to say that.
Yeah.
We also agree.
I grabbed it.
Actually, I'm gonna win the whole thing because I'm gonna figure out how to do that fixing thing we were talking about.
Yeah.